What's up, motherfuckers? Back with another music review for y'all. Today is March 18th, 2017. And what are we reviewing? Drake, Aubrey Graham, Drizzy, October's very own, the sixth guy. We're reviewing Drake's More Life. What else? So if you haven't seen my first music review, where I review Kid Cudi, go ahead and watch that so you can see the breakdown of how this video goes, the setup and whatnot, so you're not lost and like, what is he doing? But without further ado, we're gonna go right into this shit. So starting off with my top 3 songs. Last video I didn't have an order of how these songs were gonna go, but this video I do have an order. So starting off with number 3 is Portland, which is featuring Quavo, Travis Scott, and obviously Drake. And that song is just, it's fire to me. The feeling I get from that song, that shit gets me hype. And again, I haven't told y'all, but this is my 3rd listen to the album. And sorry if I'm slurring my words a little bit. We drank a little bit of wine, okay? Because at first I was a little bit hyped, and I was drinking that Henny. And don't roast my little bottle. Anything is possible, okay? Don't roast it. But then once the slow songs came in, I lit the candles. I poured me a glass of wine, and we vibing right now. You feel me? Tatiana gonna be mad as shit that I finished her wine, but it is what it is. But song number 2. Sorry my patois, my broken English, but it's Chester. That's my number 2 song. That shit again just gets me hype. I don't know why, but Chester, that shit gets me hype. And the number 1 song, this album is not even More Life. I almost forgot the name of the album. This shit is not More Life. This album is Glow, which is Drake and Kanye featuring all these other songs. Drake put all these songs on there for no reason. All you needed was Glow, and you was good. That's all you needed. Glow is the best song on there, by far. And I may be a little bit of bias, because of Kanye, but y'all see me rocking the same Pablo shit. And yes, I did rock the same Pablo shit in the last video, but hey, we're not going to talk about that. But we're going to go right into the categories, okay? Because I could go all day about Glow and how great that song is, but we're not going to spend too much time on it. Do I listen to this artist on a consistent basis? Yes. Drake, I listen to Drake on a consistent basis. Not willingly, not unwillingly, but it is what it is. Just like with everybody, Drake is on the radio 24/7. It was kind of like how Wayne was a few years back, where Wayne was on every single feature that was possible. Lil Wayne was on everything back when I was in high school. And Drake is the same way. I've been listening to Drake since not More About Nothing. That's fucking Wale, my dumb ass. So Far Gone. That's the album. I've been listening to Drake since So Far Gone since I was in high school. I think that was in like 2009. And ever since then, I've been listening to Drake a lot. And it's not willingly. So Drake has never been one of my favorite artists, but he has been someone that I've been bumping a lot. More than maybe some of my favorite artists. So, God bless me. But his last album, Views, I did like that album a lot. It was my favorite Drake album ever. I was in the minority. A lot of people did not like Views. A lot of people feel like Take Care was Drake's best album. Nothing Was the Same. A lot of people feel like that was a good album as well. But I'm in the minority that Views is Drake's best album by far. But anyways, we're gonna get into the categories of each thing. So starting with number 1, beats, instrumentals. I give the instrumentals, beats, whatever you want to call it, an 8 on this album. It was nothing too crazy, but it was nothing bad either. I felt like they were okay. Maybe I could give it a 7, 7.5, 8. Somewhere between that range. So maybe we'll say 7.5, not 8. We'll say 7.5, alright? To be fair, we'll say 7.5. I feel like the beats were nothing too crazy. This was kind of the same Drake you always get. You'll get some of the piano instrumental beats. You'll get some of the hard, like, Jumpman type beats where it's like hype. It'll get you hype in the gym or whatever. But there was a good mix of that, so I give it a 7.5. Nothing too crazy. Category number 2, lyrics. Lyrics were definitely lacking on this Drake album. If you're a hip-hop head, I definitely wouldn't recommend this album to you. But most hip-hop heads aren't Drake fans, so if you're a hip-hop head, you probably wouldn't be listening to Drake anyways. You hate on Drake on the regular. You typing on YouTube videos, oh my god, this is what y'all new niggas is listening to is Drake. So we're not gonna spend too much time on y'all, but we talking about lyrics. The lyrics are nothing too special, so I give the lyrics a 5 on this. They average. Drake didn't really spit nothing too much. He did have a lot of good features, and the features didn't really spit nothing too crazy, but I mean, it is what it is. So I give it a 5. Originality, when I was first listening to it on OVO Sound Radio on Apple Music, the first like 5 songs, I wasn't too happy. I wrote a breakdown in my phone. So song 1 and 2, they're okay. Songs 3 through 6, those are all ass to me. To me, they're ass. Songs 7 through 21 Savage, whatever it is, whatever the last song is, those songs are all good to me. They're good. So originality though, I don't know why I went on that tangent of songs that are good versus bad, but originality for Drake, this is the same old Drake that you get. Nothing new that we haven't heard from Drake before. Obviously Drake, compared to other artists, he's super original. A lot of artists, they don't do this singing and rapping at the same time. There's not a great mix of that. So compared to other artists, he's super original. But when I'm talking about originality, I'm talking about them and their past work. So originality for this album for Drake, I give a 7. Not that great. I'm sorry, but it's the same Drake that you get. It's the singing, it's the rapping, it's the hype beats, it's the slow beats, talking about his ex, talking about girls he loves. So I give it a 7. Continuity, I also give it a 7. The album was kind of all over the place. And I know last video I talked about skits and stuff like that. Like, did they have skits in there? Did they kind of flow with the album well? Did it fit in? Or was it just like, why did they put this in there? So continuity, I also give a 7. Because the album, it started off slow, but then it went to hype beats, slow, hype beats. And I'm not saying hype beast, like as in people that like are hype beasts. I'm saying hype beats, instrumentals. So I always shock myself when it comes to what do I give myself the overall review when I first listen to the album versus when I actually go category by category by category and then do the math and the actual overall score that I give myself. So listening to it initially, and then listen number 2, listen number 3, I thought maybe in my head this album was like a 7, an 8, somewhere in that ballpark. But then when I actually go category by category and then do the math, when I see the overall score, I mean, it is close to a 7, but the actual overall score that I give this album, category by category, is a 6.88. 6.875 to be exact, but if you round that bit up, we're gonna do a little bit of math, then it's a 6.88. So, and then when you round that bit up, it's a 7. So, More Life by Drake, or Glow, Drake's album Glow, we're gonna give it a 6.88. Would I recommend listening to this album? Of course, it's Drake. Why wouldn't I recommend listening to a Drake album? But if you do watch this video before you listen to the album, just be aware that, in my opinion, maybe my opinion is not your opinion, and that's clear. A lot of times I disagree with y'all, that this isn't Drake's best album, this isn't his best body of work, but of course you should listen to it, see what you think, see if you like it or not. And then where would I recommend listening to this album? I would definitely, this is more of a chill type album, like listening to around the house. I wouldn't say listen to this at the gym, because there are Drake, you know that, and like I talked about, there's a lot of piano type stuff, chill type stuff, and there's a lot of hype type stuff. So if you think you're gonna listen to this in the gym and get hype, that's not the case. If you can listen to this while chilling and you're just trying to chill and that's it, you're just trying to listen to this while having sex, getting freaky with your bae, maybe that's not the case either. Unless you a dude. Maybe if you a dude, then maybe this may be the case. Because when that hype shit come on, you gonna be like, yeah, yeah. You gonna be like, yeah, 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 yeah. But if you a female and you just trying to make love, this not the album. But if you trying to fuck, then this the album you want to listen to, because it got that slow, it got that hype. If you trying to fuck, then yeah. But if you trying to make love, then this is not the album for you. But I would definitely just recommend listening to this like at the house, chilling, in the car, chilling. In the car, that's a good one. But not at the gym, not making love, nothing like that. And then my final thoughts, I think it's a decent album. Good, maybe speaking a little too far on one side of the spectrum. It's definitely not trash. But as I spoke about Views, I love that album. Again, I was in the minority. I think Views was the better album, so if you didn't like Views, maybe you won't like this. Maybe I could be wrong, and you do like this. But I think this is a decent album. I'm sorry. I was drinking on wine. I was drinking on Henny. So I'm trying to speak as clearly and articulate as much as possible. But if I'm slurring my words, I'm a little bit sorry. If I didn't make sense, I'm a little bit sorry. But hey, Drake's More Life, I give it a thumbs up. It's on the positive side, 6 through 10. So I give it a thumbs up. If it was on the 5 through 1, I give it a thumbs down. But it's a 6.88 thumbs up from me. More Life, Drake, Aubrey Graham, October's very own, Drizzy, thumbs up. Good job on the album. Well, decent job on the album. And then, until next time, y'all, I'll holler at you later. Peace.